Would you please get your phones ready to be scanned? And also, would you brighten up the phone and use all the beautiful names? Thank you so much, and know that God loves you. Hey! Would you please use all the names? Would you also please make sure that your phone is scanned?
Good morning. If you're driving a buggy, please can you adhere to the site speed limit due to the number of pedestrians on site. Thank you.
It's okay. Some of the stuff, not the devices. That's it. Do you mind if I hold it? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. There you go. All accepted. Thank you. Enjoy. Hello. One. Do you mind if I hold it? Yeah. Thank you. Lovely, thank you guys.
Thank you very much, thank you.
You alright?
Yeah.
These are all shows.
Felix, hurry up! Stop yelling!
You're a How old are you? How old?
Do you want to go with
А хули они туда ушли?
That's what you want to know. Yeah, it depends on how it's affected you.
I don't think it's easy. I've been looking at the news.
Get me in a simulator now. We'll go over there for
They want to get out their planes, they don't have to take them over, that's it.
In your position,
They're not in the keys, it's said they're a little bit.
Let's go check. Look at that. Let's go check. Look at that.
No, we're not, unfortunately. It's not open to the public. Hey, there is an entire experience inside as well with a flight simulator, a bunch of activities, a lot of our engineers as well. So you guys could go inside and experience that. And there's also a couple of our pilots for the 747 that are just lingering over there if you want to ask questions. So. No, we're not, unfortunately. It's not open to the public. Hey, there is an entire experience inside.
Well, let's could you do that and then you
but anyway, so I had to like do everything by myself. I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever sit that far again. Hey?
I know, right?
Okay,
I'm taking it from the no.
Şu an hava aracına takılabilen mühimmat türlerinin mesela. Daha farklı mühimmatlarla yine takılabilir ama şu an getiremedim.
İnsanlar gemiyi gezdirecekler.
Onu yapmak lazım. Bu sene çok güzel fikir. Hocam çok memnunum. Çok teşekkür ederim. Allah'ım ben Fatih. Murat. Ya benim Ankara Polatlı ya.
Retractable gimbal camera. There's only one tone except. So that's why it is most important feature is to take off short runways.
They do let people in.
Because UAS, the development of UAS is absolutely massive.
That's not going to change, but I just worry that Millie's okay with it all.
I kind of want to go in there. I kind of want to go in there.
It makes you look like a, like a GTA loading screen.
the smallest of things. He said you could have stepped up a curb and shoulder. Yeah.
Sinister, isn't it?
Where people get those from.
Pick up Star. That's the P1.
provides a valuable opportunity to exchange knowledge. The combined training helps staff in the key skills and build confidence ahead of the season. By the end of the month, each team member has completed around 100 jumps, ensuring they are fully prepared for the demanding display season ahead. This annual training camp is essential in maintaining the professionalism and safety that the audiences see every year through the displays.
On the team, we have many different jobs. One of those jobs is the rigger. We have 2 riggers on the team. We have Private Joshua Ogilvie and we have Lance Corporal Oliver Hobbs. Their job is to maintain all of our kit and equipment. They must do this so that we can conduct each of our displays safely. They also build some of our flags. They spend many days throughout the week making sure all of our kit and equipment is up to the correct safety standards.
They're probably actually quite serious with what's happening.
Where, I don't know, so...
Also, on a real note, let's start making our way down. I got
He was sat beside it. Only I wouldn't leave.
I can't see.
I know, it was started.
Close up on the runway, basically, yeah.
Just there.
It's not going to land, is it?
No, no. We might when it comes back.
Nico, you're missing everything. I'm just watching the camera. What?
Last time we finished with
Ôi.
Aerospace lại luôn.
They basically
Runway 24, 46 on our hand over to Lieutenant Mike, and he's going to take it away.
Actually, we are seeing a minor technical interruption at the moment. Well, these aircraft, you know better than me, operate at the cutting edge, and even smaller numbers are handled with absolute caution. So stand by and share more as soon as possible.
So we'll just wait until we very often I do a lot of airshows, but you have to understand it's about safety. Safety for the aircrew and safety for you as well. So this just demonstrates from the Cannon Airport if there is a problem with the aircraft, they will not just move forward and still push the aircraft. But it looks like the Cannon Airport Typhoon.
There's a joke about it.
Abuse and abuse. She abused that.
So update on the course, and on the hour, always on time. DOT.
Try that wheel again.
Из разряда поводили по губам.
of lens envy going on around here with some guys having lost, serious money being spent on it. The transitional flight from where it's going from normal flight into the hover, that's the sweet spot for me for the photography. So if you're running video, make sure you get that.
Yeah, so in a few moments we're going to start to see the 8 motors that actually work with dimensioning content design. So it has a wing, but it also has 8 motors on top of it. And the front 4 motors still forward, as we mentioned prior, and that pulls the aircraft forward. So in a few short moments we're going to see those motors accelerate, start to build their spin rate, their RPM, as we say, and it will lift up and lift off. And you'll be able to hear it, and it will be quite the contrast to the helicopters you can see do a fantastic display. Down
Probably sounds like anything.
that is the whole point. We really want it. You can't connect communities if it's really loud, because keeping up all night, you won't be able to have night meetings and children's classes if we're really loud. This aircraft has been designed to be quiet.
So the applications for that are obvious with regards to defence work as well, and they're who are talking. Also, I saw in the news that you guys have been recipients of a £10 million funding grant from the government. That's the sort of confidence that the United Kingdom government has.
I think that's what we're working towards. I think you know, we're really grateful for the support that we get as being part of the UK. The government has been really, really supportive. So, I mean, that's what it's all about. This is innovation on British soil. And we should be really proud of that. We should be pushing this in this country.
My taxpayers' money going into you're supporting British jobs, you're supporting British technology, and this genuinely is a world-class project.
And we should be doing difficult things. I mean, every difficult thing needs to be done for a reason, but we should not shy away from doing challenging things. We want to inspire everyone here to do a lot of teaching in school, think about what to do with their lives. It doesn't need to be technical. Do something that suits the needs of the world. That's what it's all about, and that's what we're really, really proud about.
So we're looking up on the screen, if you're looking up around the screen, you can see the height sections of the aircraft. All the reservations are good.
Motors spinning up now. Any moment now we'll see them speeding around, so keep an eye on that aircraft. And our pilot today, Chief Test Pilot Cy Davies, is going to be pulling back on his right hand joystick, pulling the aircraft into the sky. And there we go. Amazing sight here at Farnborough, in front of everyone. Listen to the sound it makes. Look at the stability of the aircraft. Yours has been turning towards the runway. And now it's a simple command from our pilot, Cy. Push forward on his left joystick and command that acceleration as those front 4 tilts start to tilt forward, pulling the aircraft into the direction of the runway. The airflow will start to build over that wing, and more lift will be generated from that wing instead of those motors, which means the motors start to relax as the flight control system is delicately balancing the aircraft as it goes past the commentary booth. What a sight! Tilts are now fully forward. Those aft motors, as you can see, start to ease off, and they're barely even spinning now. And what happens is the propellers, after the motor's been turned off, the propellers start to do what's called a stowing maneuver, where they go from a 90-degree configuration to on top of each other, and then they park in a really streamlined aerodynamic position to allow the aircraft to have a really nice, efficient flight. Wow, what a moment. That is aviation history. Farnborough Airshow to the general public today. What a proud moment.
How much of that transition is automated, or is the pilot working a lot on switches work?
The pilot's having a great time. We've spent a lot of time working on the control system, so the pilot is really just commanding what he wants out of the aircraft. So it's just an acceleration command, and there's lots of really technical goods going on inside the aircraft software to feel the aircraft, balance it, and shuttle like that. So the right turn out of the airstrip, and then a left turn after you want to come back, and you can all listen to how it sounds when you fly over and short.
So the controls are very much fly-by-wire. It's flying into the computer, and the computer is interpreting these inputs and then transitioning them to the aircraft will feel very steady to it.
There are lots of ways for the computer to do what it wants to do. But if the aircraft needs to accelerate or the aircraft needs to turn slightly, it can use a number of different ways to do that. It can slap some of the rudder bases, which is for detail, because it allows the aircraft to move up, move down, and there are other control surfaces which like to bank, so it's sort of left, right. So the computer can decide exactly how it wants, and that's part of our safety too, because if for one reason the aircraft has a failure and wants to do that, we can just use something else, and that allows us to build in this airline level safety, flying over town.
Oh, he's up there.
What an amazing sight. And it's worth this moment reflecting on why the vertical wants to do this. I mean, it's a really challenging thing. And at this moment, we really think of our why as a company in two ways. The first way is really about solving an engineering problem. It's difficult to get around cities. There's lots of ground congestion issues, leaves on the rail line, or traffic, and it takes a really long time to get from A to B. So we think this kind of technology can solve that. But wider than that, if you look at transport over the last 100, 200 years, every step change that we've had, whether it be trains, cars, commercial aviation, they've not just brought back some time, they've actually changed their lives for the better. They've allowed them to connect into new communities. They've allowed us to actually go on holiday, or they've allowed us to do new business. And we look at this aircraft in exactly the same way. We believe will change people's lives, will connect communities, it might bring a doctor closer to their patients. The opportunities are endless. It's such a versatile aircraft. And we just love showing the crowd here.
So obviously this is the prototype version. You have a production version as well, which is in the halls, whereabouts?
Yeah, so our production version is in Hall 4, so please do come and take a look. It is exactly the same as this in terms of the overall layout. So it has 8 motors, the front 4 tilt forward, it has a wing, it has V-tail, but it's just got those refinements as we get our way towards certification to allow all of us here to be able to fly on it in the future, just building that future of aviation.
When you say all of us,
so it's more people, but the cabin is quite roomy, so we'll be able to expand to 6 people. But yeah, we're going to hopefully build quite a few of these.
Now he's coming in from the left-hand side, and I think he's configuring to transition again into the hover.
Absolutely. So at this moment, everything we spoke about in the first half of this demonstration, it's the reverse. So as the pilot pulls back on that left joystick, the aircraft is slowing down. And as it does so, the lift from the wing is starting to wane. So it gently spins up the rotors, putting more of that lift back onto the motors instead of the wing. And those front 4 motors are tilting up, and again the aircraft is delicately balancing its stability along the way, and we see it coming along the runway now. It's a beautiful sight. Just listen to it as it comes past. Wow. And this is what it's all about. We want to inspire all of us to dream big. This is a technical challenge. As it goes past the commentary booth now, I'm still feeling inspired. I've been working at this company for 5 years, and I've never been more inspired, honestly, looking at this site. I'm so proud. And if you look at all the vertical people here, we're all so proud of this as it comes into its hover maneuver towards the end of this demonstration. Under this, those helicopters, what a sight, it comes to almost a full stop.
Great video. If you've got your videos or your iPhone now, this is the shot. So we're looking at aviation history at Farnborough for 2026. With the look at that yaw control, perfect. And this is where our pilot got the biggest fun. Hovering around here, spinning to the clouds. I love doing that. Just controller to command that yaw. And one of the
the benefits is actually you'll notice most aircraft have been taken off and landing into the wind. So what we've done is taken off into the wind and landed with the wind, which is another reason our aircraft is extremely versatile.
Another part of the flight enveloping the inside there, you can squeeze the aircraft backwards as well. So I think that's done with rotor switch when making the aircraft do that.
You can do that. Most aircraft you can by tilting them back a little bit. So back a bit further. You can loosen some of the speed of the motor to the back and tilt backwards. It's an incredible technical innovation.
And looking at that manoeuvre, I understand the actual practical application to that. Because sometimes you will go into a space that's a little tight, and you don't want to be quite going straight in because you're going to be coming out. But to be able to rotate and then back into the space in the same way as that's a practical application.
It's just going to be a really versatile aircraft, and you'll see it when you go into Hall 4 and see the production version. But the opportunities are endless, and the commercial missions that we've spoken about today, the defense, we're looking at integrating what's called autonomy on there, so perhaps not even using a pilot in the future. It's just such an
I think the
exciting
Pilots
time.
Association will have something to say about that.
I'm sure they will. But the main thing is, what an inspiring sight this is to see. And this is British technical innovation. I'm sure everyone can be really proud to know that this comes from this beautiful country. And wow, what a demonstration today. I hope everyone really enjoyed it, because it's been a pleasure building, testing and flying this here for the crowds at Farnborough.
Now Charlie, you're going to taxi this aircraft back into the static area up on the right of the commentary position, so people will be able to get a close-up view.
Absolutely, yeah. In a few moments we'll see the SAAB is going to convert the mode of the aircraft from flight mode to taxi mode, and the outboard motors will tilt forwards, allowing the aircraft to kind of drive along the runway, in other terms. And we're going to park it very close to everyone so that we can get everyone as close as possible to the aircraft. This is real, it's happening now, it's not a science project. We're going to take it to the future. So you're going to see a lot more of these types of aircraft in the future.
There are other assignments. He's such a sexy.
Why is he wearing a suit? Is he everyone's
But yeah, he's got an airport in we don't avoid as much in house. It is fun.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having us. It's been a real big moment for us, and I hope everyone can just feel inspired by what we've seen. And as I said earlier, please do congratulate any versatile person you see with a cap or a t-shirt. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, now, rolling from the right, our next display item, Bombardier GLOBAL 8000. And this, the photographers among you all will be pleased to know, is a very fine display indeed. Excellent display flying crew, working hard to make sure that they give us some excellent views of the top side of this aircraft as it goes through its sequence. The aircraft that we are now looking at is the fastest certified civil aircraft since the Concorde. Let's take a look at its basic specifications. A wingspan of 111 feet or 32 metres, overall length of 104 feet or 34 metres. In a business aviation configuration, the aircraft features 4 zones, and there's even an option to add a bed to the armed zone. With 8 passengers on board, the aircraft has an impressive range of 8,000 nautical miles, easily linking Farnborough to Los Angeles, Sao Paulo or Bali in Indonesia non-stop. The aircraft is now fully configured for landing, landing gear down, flaps 4. It's approaching at 112 knots, and it's about to do something of a wing rock up to 30 degrees angle of bank. On the flight deck, there is a highly advanced glass cockpit and side stick controllers. There are 4 large multi-function displays as well as a head-up display. For operations in poor weather or low light, the cockpit features an enhanced vision system using infrared cameras and a synthetic vision system which allows the pilots to see a simulated view of the terrain outside, which allows for unparalleled situational awareness, whatever the weather. Meanwhile, further back, the passenger cabin can be configured with a variety of options: a club suite, a conference area, an entertainment area with a sofa and a 55-inch television, a bedroom with a full-size double bed and a 35-inch TV. That bedroom can even have an ensuite bathroom with a stand-up shower. Additionally, a second bathroom and a fully equipped galley can be installed at the front of the aircraft. Maximum capacity is for 19 passengers. The GLOBAL 8000 is designed to be as versatile as possible, able to operate from relatively short runways, and that is possible due to the carbon fibre wheel brakes, but also the advanced wing that we have already discussed, which allows for some very low approach speeds. The advantages of these slower approach speeds are twofold, giving the pilot more time to react and also allowing access to those small airports. Once again slowing to 112 knots, and the crew aiming to come to a stop on the runway in around 820 metres.
So there's a few more planes down there. There's, I think, Airbus. Yeah, Typhoon,
Mark up, not real one.
yeah, French, and a few to row, and then yeah, we can go around and then have a look at the F-35.
Yeah.
Thrust reversers deployed, and my goodness, that was a short landing. A fabulous display by Mark, Olau, Eric Nordberg, and Ed Grabman, who made up the display crew this week. And they were telling us earlier on today, this is the first time that Bombardier have participated in a flying display for as long as they can remember. We certainly hope that it is not the last, because that was a really fine piece of display flying. Well, coming up next and emerging out towards the runway, down at the left-hand end of the showground, we have Fursan Al Emarat from the UAE Air Force. This the first time in over a decade that a jet aerobatic team has performed a full aerobatic display here at the Farnborough International Airshow.
60 years, you can't have not seen the YouTube. Did you see any of that? Where they're going up the Hudson?
Yes, they flew down the Hudson to the Sail 250 event on the 4th of July, and then the following few days flew at the Jones Beach Airshow, their first time in the US, and continuing to be very active on the international circuit, because later this year they'll be flying at a couple of European shows in September.
Absolutely, and that's all because they've transitioned to this new aircraft, the L-15 Falcon, and that gives them air-to-air refueling capabilities, and now they can truly go global and representing the United Arab Emirates. So they're going to backtrack on runway 24 before they turn around, and they will be taking off in formation. Have your cameras ready. Of course, 7 aircraft representing 7 Emirates of the United Arab Emirates. A lot of people think, oh, it's Dubai. Dubai is not a country. Dubai is an emirate within the United Arab Emirates. Abu Dhabi, Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah, and 7 in total make up the country of the United Arab Emirates. The beautiful livery that you can see now as it's taxiing past, black and gold, that is not by accident. The black representing the L-15E is a 4th generation advanced jet trainer. It's designed for high performance flying. It's powered by afterburning turbofan engines, which offer significantly greater speed, of course acceleration and climb performance than its predecessors. A fully digital fly-by-wire flight control system that provides exceptional precision, allowing the pilots to do these close formations and the dynamic maneuvers that become the trademark of Fursan Al Emarat. And everybody keeps asking me, Joe, what's Fursan Al Emarat means? And that means Knights of the Emirates in English. Aircraft is capable of reaching speeds of approaching Mach 1.4, and again, they can operate up to 52,000 feet, and that gives a very impressive envelope, and also helps with those big long transitions that they've been doing over to America and then back to Europe. And they're going to drop down, fly through Europe on the way back, stop at Athens Week, I know that as well. And the F-15E is proving itself a very capable aircraft with regards to that. We'll just wait until the A400M clears. Oh, I got a little wave from the pilot there. Did you see that? He gave me a little wave. That's nice. Never mind waving, clear the runway. So he's taxiing by, and they're going to pull off to the left and go into the pan where Fursan Al Emarat were parked up earlier. If you want to find out more about the team, there's online, isn't there? They have a website.
Yeah, there is an online Instagram, and we have a tent that on the right side of our area here. On the right side, you will find the tent of Fursan Al Emarat. You can find some souvenirs, some gifts, and we can share you an social media account also there. You can meet our pilots there. You can take some posters, some photos with our pilots if you like, and you can have the poster with the signatures also with our 7 pilots maybe after the show. They are planning to that. They did that already before the show and maybe after the show also as well. Our commander, he told me that we have a surprise for people who's watching us today. I told him, yeah, what was the surprise? He said that we choose our smoke very carefully to be really friendly with the people, and with the community. And today, the takeoff will be like, you will see the smoke starting from the runway, you know, from the ground. So our smoke is really friendly, don't scare about this. Make your cameras ready to capture that moment. Like our show is not only about the sky, no, the show will start from the runway, from turning on the engines, from the taxiing. That's why we make sure that also to include the music and the commentating, including with our show, you know. Usually I say this in Arabic, so if you would like to allow me to say it in Arabic, like السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا بكم في معرض فانبرا الدولي للطيران هنا في المملكة المتحدة. فريق فرسان الإمارات يشاركون في هذا العرض الجوي المذهل. اليوم سترون 7 طائرات تشارك هنا ممثلة دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة ووزارة الدفاع هنا في المملكة المتحدة. سيداتي وسادتي، الطائرات مستعدة للإقلاع. And that means the aircraft are ready to take off.
Unfortunately, the A400M still on the runway, so once we clear that, the Fursan Emarat, I'm sure will be giving immediate clearance to take off. They'll be taking off in big wing and then transitioning into kite on the way back. And they're safely lined up on runway 24, and the A400 looks like it's been packed actually over to the eastern side, which is good. That'll make it quicker, and once that's clear, then we will see it. So as Fursan Emarat was saying, have a media, or they have a tent available up in the spectators area. Pop along, have a look. Always nice to get a souvenir of the day, and they've been extremely generous with that, so they'll definitely be hoovered up today with 50,000 people say, free pen, I'm on my way.
During this time, John, when I'm looking to the aircraft, I know that behind those aircraft to be ready here on the runway, there is a team, like an engineers team, there is a social media team, there is an cameraman, there is someone who's following the social media account and keep updating people. Fursan Emarat is one big environment which is all working hand to hand each other. They are understanding each other as well, you know, like I have seen the engineer team how they was working and hard, really hard, and trying to fix any problem or anything like. You know that it's a new experience for us to travel all this distance and to count each hazard that we will face, or how we can solve the issues as fast as we can, because we are not in our area. So the engineer team was doing a very big stuff and big and hard job to make all the 7 aircraft ready for the whole day by day. It's a really big crew and big team. Our commander was really taking careful about all those details about each one in this team to try to represent our country in really a good picture. It's not about only the air show, it's about the whole team, how they are moving as a one country, you know. This was our message, which we transferred through all this distance reaching here, Farnborough.
So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I've just heard on the radio that Fursan Emarat have been given clearance on the runway, and any moment now, team leaders breaks off. Get ready for a big wing takeoff. They will take off in formation with Sultan Kindi bringing up the rear in number 7, and you'll hear this very distinctive turbofan noise as it spools up the L-15E. It has a very distinctive sound, and let's just listen out to this as they get ready for the roll.
We have some special symphonies from our aircraft you will enjoy today with the show.
Lights on. Ladies and gentlemen, rolling now at Farnborough 2026 from the United Arab Emirates. It's Fursan Al Emarat. All 7 aircraft safely off. Sultan Kindi adjusting his position as number 7 and sliding into the slot. The aircraft will bend off to the left-hand side and climb up to 5,000 feet. And they will arrive back in Bing Wing. And then as they come down in the downward component, watch the aircraft, all 7 aircraft change shape into kite. Perfect takeoff. Now the front echelon will slow down as the team leader bends the aircraft around behind us. You can see the team changing shape already as they come back around. Again, I cannot stress how difficult it is to keep within the very restricted airspace in Farnborough, especially with a big wing of 7 aircraft as well. And Fursan Al Emarat are exhibiting exemplary airmanship in doing so. Look at that tight formation. You could literally get a measuring stick out between them. They are absolutely in formation. Nobody out of position, and all 7 aircraft flying as one big wing.
So Fursan Al Emarat is about to enter the runway from the left side for the first maneuver, which is big wing.
So the aircraft topping out at 5,000 feet. Get ready as they pitch down. They'll come down to about 300 feet, putting a lot of G in the bottom of that turn, about 3.5 to 4 G. So imagine 4 times your own body weight pushing down on you as you're controlling this aircraft.
A few moments and the smoke will be on, the color smoke will be on.
So here they come, Fursan Al Emarat. Big wing formation now. Keep an eye on number 6 and number 7 at the back as they come through the top of this loop. And you see them slipping back, number 6 and number 7, changing shape.
Don't see how smooth they are changing their positions and during this rolling and going back to the normal again.
So as the team pull out to the right hand side, they're going to bend back around to the left and come running in on runway 24. And what we're going to see is what's called a roll into a loop. But they're going to individually roll. The whole formation is not going to roll. Each individual aircraft will snap roll, and then they'll pitch up as one and go into a big loop. Great video shot. So get ready as they come back in from the right-hand side. They're going to come down to about 400 feet from 5,000 feet. Transition from kite into diamond. And then get your cameras ready. Just about crowd center, just about before the control tower, or before the control tower. All of the aircraft will snap roll to the right, 360 degrees.
Let's actually show how on display how amazing the teamwork are and how they are rolling all each at the same time. After the smoke off, aircraft will be rolled.
Cameras ready. Rolling. Now the other side. Amazing.
So after that, they are looping and taking their positions again. The 7 aircraft are all in the communication with each other. Number 1 is giving the orders, and 7 and 6 are fixing the rest of the group in the same time, and they are flipping back. Moving to the left and preparing for the next maneuver, which will be the line break.
So transitioning back down to 400 feet, Sultan Kindi again slips back into that kite formation, or I'd call it an arrowhead, but they've got it down as kite. So that's what we're going to do. Now he's pulling the aircraft, the whole team head up to about 5,000 feet, and they'll come running in from the left-hand side for the 4th maneuver. The aircraft will go line abreast, so one big line all the way across, and then into a loop, and then in the loop into diamond as they come back down out of the top of the loop.
You can see them now, the whole team are looking to the leader. So who's on the right side, they are looking to the left. And who's on the left side, they are looking to the right. For the rest of the team, they are all waiting for the order from the leader.
Your own body weight pushing down on you. This is testament to not just the mental fitness of the pilots from Fursan and Emarat, but also the physical fitness. A lot of pressure being put on your body and your blood all flowing down away from your head. That's what the G-suits are for. They'll constrict your body, they'll literally squeeze you, so it stops the blood flowing from the top of your body down in towards your legs. Because one thing you want running around in your head is brain power, and that's all powered by the blood with the oxygen. So watch now as the aircraft head back in from the right-hand side. Keep an eye on Sultan Kindi as he comes back this time.
It will be solo separation, and yes, as John said, Sultan Al-Kindi will split from the group, and the rest of the group will continue straight, preparing for the next maneuver, but he will pull high Gs.
So the smoke system will be on very shortly, and again, watch out for number 7, as Sultan Kindi, Colonel Sultan Kindi, team commander, starts to separate before he starts his solo routine. Slips out to the right, pitches the aircraft up, and rolling around the aircraft with what we call the straight DNA. Well, half a straight DNA. Now, max rate turn by Sultan Kindi as he's putting hard back on the stick. A lot more G than 4 this time.
Watch number 6, how is rolling in this?
Number 6 pitching up, rolling around his teammates, 5 aircraft in front of him, beautifully executed, and then sliding back into the slot.
Again from left side, solo number 7, Sultan Al-Kindi is about to enter.
Watch the performance of the F-15E Falcon as he rolls the aircraft, while pulling hard back on the stick. Again, another max rate turn. Sultan's body feeling the pressure as he exits out to the left. So keep an eye out to the right-hand side. You'll see the main body now in diamond formation, or kite I should say, and they're going to come running in from the right, but coming in from the left is Sultan Kindi.
You know, it's hard for me to draw a circle in the paper. Sultan is really amazing to draw this circle with an aircraft, and you know, it's not about only the pilot, it's about the aircraft and pilot, and pulling positive and negative G. Fursan Emarat from right side now, they are entering again.
So as the team enter into diamond loop, watch at the top of the maneuver, again, they're going to change shape. So 1, 2, and 3, leading them up all the way to the top, staying in diamond. As they transition downward in the downward component, the aircraft will head out to our left and start into that change.
Preparing for themselves, and now from right side again, solo number 7, Sultan Al-Kindi.
Aircraft inverted, great time to find your pen if you've dropped it. Just pop up on the canopy in front of you and snap the aircraft back around before he pulls the aircraft up into the vertical. And it looks like we're going to have a Cuban as the aircraft comes over the top. He'll roll the aircraft back around. There's the roll, and then pitch back down onto runway 06. Speed building up all the time, and also that G loading, especially at the bottom. Again, a reverse of the half Cuban, this time completing it and doing a full Cuban maneuver as he pitches over at the top, rolls the aircraft around. And back out to our left. Keep an eye out for the main body of aircraft. As they come back, it's time for the flag cross, as I like to call it, parking the car in the garage.
Yeah.
Perfectly executed. Sultan Kindi into the vertical. Now, unfortunately, we are approaching the end of the display for United Arab Emirates and Fursan Al Emarat. Knife edge pass by Sultan Kindi. Keep the aircraft under 180 degrees. So what's going to happen now is all 7 aircraft are going to join back up together on our right hand side. Then they're going to bend around and come back down the runway and runway 24. Number 6 and number 7 are going to drop back, and the main body of 5 aircraft will keep the kite formation at the front, and then 6 and 7 will rotate around the smoke of the main body, creating what we call the UAE DNA, replicating a DNA helix, and this is their closing signature maneuver. So coming from the right very shortly with some very accompanying music will be Fursan Al Emarat and the UAE DNA.
You know, John, we say that we move with our gymnastics, with our skills, with our pilots, with our aircraft here to join and to show you our skills and to make you enjoy this air show. Welcome Fursan Al Emarat from the right side with UAE DNA.
As expected, expertly executed. A salute to Fursan Al Emarat. Still have one pass to come back, because when Fursan Al Emarat come into land, they don't just come into land. They come into land and they brake before they land. So the whole team will join up. They'll go downwind and then brake in towards coming over runway 24. And they'll fly line astern, and then each individual aircraft will peel off to the right-hand side as they come back to land.
That's our way to say goodbye as a professional way. And I'm sure, John, you have seen this in Middle East, how we have nose kissing.
The colors of the United Arab Emirates over the skies at Farnborough International Airshow 26. And you can see the team beginning to get into line. And here they come for the final time. And a huge thank you to the team, Sultan Kindi and everybody involved. It's been a pleasure having you here, gentlemen. And inshallah, we'll see you again some other day. Ladies and gentlemen, from the United Arab Emirates, Fursan Al Emarat.
As I started in Arabic, I would like to end it by Arabic. شكرا لكم على مشاهدة فريق فرسان الإمارات ممثلين دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة ووزارة الدفاع والقوات الجوية. فريق فرسان الإمارات كان معكم في معرض فانبرا الدولي للاستعراضات الجوية ونلقاكم في عروض أخرى إن شاء الله. شكرا لكم.
So as Fursan Al Emarat from downwind to land, again thank you, huge appreciation. Coming up next, a unique aircraft. The aircraft itself, not so unique, it's a Saab 340, but it's providing a test bed for a brand new genre of propulsion. I am the proud owner of a hybrid car, and nothing makes me happier than when I see that little green light come on at the top of the hill and I'm thinking, oh, this is free, I'm getting free electricity all the way down the hill. Well, they're taking that technology and they're transferring it into an aircraft engine. Absolutely makes sense. So you've got a regular propulsion engine, turboprop, but it's hooked up to this amazing hybrid technology that's going to harvest any free electricity or free energy, I should say. And then in its own case will then make it more powerful. So in the same way that when I'm in my car and I get to a junction or maybe I want to overtake someone, the power is there, but I'm not robbing it from the footprint from the petrol engine. So I'm very pleased to say that Ray is back, Ray Martel from GE. Ray, how was yesterday for you?
Yesterday was excellent. It was perfect weather and a great display day. Everything went perfectly as planned.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Adam, who is going to be quizzing you about this wonderful test bed. You had enough of me yesterday.
Excellent.
You'll enjoy it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for GE Aerospace and Beta Technologies with the Saab 340B hybrid aircraft.
Yes, and that aircraft waiting down at the far left-hand end of the runway, just waiting for the aircraft of Fursan Al Emarat to touch down and clear. And as we wait, Ray, you're the systems leader for this project. We're going to see an aircraft that has a slightly odd aesthetic to it, because on the left-hand side, a standard CT7 jet turbine, but the engine on the right doesn't look quite like any turbine I've seen before. What's going on there?
That's correct. The right-hand side, in addition to that CT7-9, also has a megawatt class electric motor. So the system that's being used here is a parallel hybrid system. So both power plants can be used at the same time. They're coupled through a combining gearbox. So you can think about that.
Correct.
Sorry, bub. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe the way down. Oh, I can't really see you.
If you ever wonder what this time, here is your answer.
air superiority on the high-speed pass.
Spitfire. We're going to find a remedy for it, hopefully get it up very shortly. As Adam was saying, it's unique. This is the first one up. I've never seen an L159 before. The first for me.
Well, they're not very widespread. The Czech Republic is the main operator at the time. There's a civilian companies that fly them as well, but not at air shows, the likes of Dragon International, for example. Some in the UK that operate throughout Europe, and they're used for red air training, aggressive training, that kind of thing. This one, though, coming from the 212th Tactical Squadron of Czech Air Force, normally based with the 21st Tactical Air Wing at Chaslav. I say normally because at the moment they are operating from Nadvoslavo. Especially familiar to many of us, but if you've been going to air shows regularly, then you may recognise the basic shape, the plan silhouette, because the L159 ALCA is a development of a much better known aircraft, the L39 Albatross, which was developed in the early 1960s in Czechoslovakia as the main advanced jet trainer for the Soviet Union Eastern Bloc Air Forces. Replacement of the earlier L29 Delta, which was very successful but rather underpowered. And there was a further derivation of that, the L159 ALCA, or Advanced Light Combat Aircraft, and that is what we see now. Development of the ALCA began in 1993, the aim being to produce a light fighter that could replace a variety of Soviet-era types in the newly independent Czech Air Force, types like the Sukhoi Su-22 and Su-25. And the decision to base this new aircraft on the L139 rather than developing a clean sheet design was to ensure rapid entry into service. The first ALCA made its maiden flight in 1997, and deliveries to the Czech Air Force began in 2000, most of them being of the single-seat L159A model that we see here. Initially, the Czech Air Force ordered 72 of them, but then reduced their requirement to 24, and many of those excess aircraft in due course were sold on to the private market to equip companies like Gripen, which I was just mentioning, used for privately contracted aggressor training. So here in Britain, for example, L159s are used to simulate enemy aircraft operating dissimilar types. Seven hard points, which can carry the likes of the AIM-9 Sidewinder short-range air-to-air missile. It can carry PL-20 20mm. So, about to touch down out to our right, the L159A ALCA, and it was flown by Major Thomas Grieger. And now we move from military participant, having had a couple of them in a row, to a civilian participant.
a very new piece of aerospace technology. Joe, what's coming up next?
Beta Technologies with the CX300 and a completely different category of aviation. This is called a CTOL. You saw the vertical eVTOL earlier on, which is an electrical vehicle takeoff. But a CTOL is conventional takeoff and landing. So what they've done is they've combined the best of both worlds. They've got an electrical powered aircraft with a pusher engine, but they happen to introduce the vertical element of it. So it takes off on a normal runway, so it can use normal infrastructure that exists already, but it also keeps all the benefits of an electrical powered aircraft with massive savings, obviously, on not just maintenance, because you don't have big motors with oil and food and parts, you don't have political motor, political hot wire, it's integrated fast basically, and that together with the electrical charge element of the aircraft means you can recharge this aircraft in an hour, just 1 hour's time, do short hops around, and it's perfect for launch customers who signed earlier on this week, Logan Air. They're going to be operating the aircraft the CTOL up in Scotland and around that areas, which is ideal. Little hops to islands, to outlying areas, and the aircraft can even get itself backwards if it wants to. And, it's quite unique. This is just about to roll. Piece of technology. CX300 aircraft. Let's just listen to the aircraft as well, so you'll see how quiet it is. It is a quick-foot aircraft, so it's got the power. But what the air is all doing. Let's just listen to it.
Cold air in there, really.
Can you go straight at the top? Take the right.
Come back to queue will be
and even to provide a contact with the
where he brings the aircraft up the cloud center, piloted by SAAB. He's been absolutely thrilled to show off the aircraft for you today, as are all of us from the Chinook Force and the Joint Helicopter Support Squadron. Now he prepares to transition over the shoulder once again to finish. Joining our Joint Aviation colleagues, people safety for our aviation partner.
That's good to know. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it.
fantastic demonstration from the Chinook. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Bad news first, unfortunately we have lost the Spitfire. That is not going to be taken to the air. But in a very few short moments, you cannot help but notice the Wildcat, the two Apache attack helicopters and the Chinook in the hover are going to join up. So you're going to get a unique opportunity to get a photo that you will not see anywhere else. And all four helicopters head off to the middle wallop together. So the Apache and the Wildcat lining up on the runway, they're going to be joined from Chinook from the rear. It's a one-time only pass. Again, autofocus is cheating. You've got to do it on manual as they come through. So get your burst mode ready for this unique opportunity to get a rookie craft everything shot.
I'm singling out two things that I just believe were a fabulous example of good display flying, photogenic, compact manoeuvring, and plenty of topside views. And that's the Beta CX300 and the Bombardier GLOBAL 8000. What about you?
Well, I've been saying all week Bombardier, and they have been amazing because it's just, you don't normally see an aircraft in that category doing the manoeuvres that it does. And I'm especially impressed with its short field landing, about 2,700 feet. Their country, they've done extremely well. So for me, it's Fursan and Emarat.
A worthy decision, I think. Fabulous. There's no other word for it. They've been fabulous, and they've represented their country so well. Well, I think that's all from us, isn't it? As we come towards the end of the day here, and no more flying displays. So we shall take our leave of absence. And Joe, I just want to say thank you to you, because you've been working hard here all week, and you've had to tolerate the fresh-faced interloper coming in on the final day. So thank you, Joe. It's been a pleasure.
Adam, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure working with you. So there is some thank yous I have to say. Sparkling Light Productions, they have been doing a fantastic job giving us those wonderful pictures, not just online but also on the big screens here. Glenn Barton, who's been the director, and also best haircut without a doubt in the whole compound. He's very well manicured, that man. Bruce Miller and Rob Barker, the cameraman, Julian Jeff, who's doing the sound, and Richard Clifton, who's doing the streaming. Thank you very much for some fantastic.
Oye,